We have a separate, when you apply for honors, you're eligible for honor scholarships as well. Some of them are for incoming students, and then some are reserved specifically for returning honor students. And then we also have money that's set aside for students to apply for grants. If you're traveling to a research conference, you need money to conduct research. Or if you're doing study abroad, you're eligible for some specific money from honors. And these are in addition to the university's general scholarships.
All freshmen receive a small scholarship. All freshman honor students receive a small scholarship above and beyond what is your financial aid package from the university, at University of Portland. We also have travel grants and those kinds of things that honor students can apply for to go to conferences or to work on projects. And then we give about 5 needs-based scholarships in the junior year.
So we offer 2 different types of scholarships. One for the Honors College. If you apply, if you're a senior this year, how many of you are seniors? Okay, so if you apply by December 1st this year, you're eligible for up to $5,000 scholarship, and usually those are annual. And then we also offer the Western Undergraduate Exchange. So if you have a 3.5 GPA or higher, you're eligible for reduced tuition. So it's 150% of resident tuition, which comes out to just over $12,000 a year. And you have to apply by December 1st for that as well.
So that's good to know.
December 1st.
And your friends are out in honors college, let them know. Portland State, December 1st.
At WSU, we definitely offer honor-specific scholarships. So when each year when you apply to the general scholarships for WSU, you also can apply as an honor student to the general honors scholarships. And they're definitely, like, it's a lot more, you're able to get these. They're not just like 1 or 2 students a year. I think it's 4 scholarships through the honors program, and they're like $500 or $1,000. There are a lot from our donors that are giving money back to the WSU Honors College. Yeah, I have a donor lunch this next weekend to thank for that. But yeah, it's definitely, we offer scholarships to our honor students, and what helps is the fact that you are, I don't want to use the word competing, but I guess competing against a lot smaller group when going for these honor scholarships. When, as you apply to the general scholarships, you're going against all of WSU. And so it just really allows for a better chance of you getting scholarships through the honors program.
As I mentioned before, all of our students automatically receive $1,000, so $4,000 just for being in honors. We also have available a Lillian Bloomer scholarship for sophomore students and above, and we have 2 diversity scholarships available for students, one from Boeing and then one is just a general diversity scholarship. I just want to mention for WSU, they also have scholarships for study abroad. I know my daughter received one through their honors college, just to put that out there as well. So lots of scholarships to help students go abroad. So that's what we offer at CMU. Our students also are eligible for what we call the golden ticket, which is we give 8 full ride scholarships. We being Central gives 8 full ride scholarships, and we typically have 2 or 3 honors students that are receiving that full ride for all 4 years.
So that's a merit? That's a merit
It's
scholarship?
a competitive scholarship.
Okay.
At the University of Idaho, there are several tiers, and as I mentioned before, the scholarship money is stackable and renewable. To give you an example, if tuition for 4 years at the University of Idaho would cost you $36,000 for 4 years, wouldn't that be nice? $36,000, then you would distract from that what you get in scholarship money. So for instance, if you get an honors WUI, and I'll get to that in just a moment, you could take off $30,000 of that $36,000. If you get another scholarship, some other smaller scholarship from honors based on merit, then you could just take that off that total of $36,000 again. So let's say you could just take $4,000 off that again. And if you, let's say you are in biology and the Department of Biology gives out funds based on merit, then you could take that off the total of $36,000 again, if that makes sense. That's the easiest way to describe it. I answer a lot of these questions now until the priority deadline of December 1st, which we all have. And I figured this example actually works the best by thinking of the total over 4 years, and then at the University of Idaho, since they are stackable and renewable, you just take that off from the total that you would incur over 4 years. So you can take all of that off the total price tag if you like. So to reiterate, we got, obviously, for those of you who live in Washington, for instance, I know that there are students visiting from Clarkston, we have the institutional WUIs, which is 150% of in-state tuition. Then we have honors WUIs. I can give out about 20-25 honors WUIs for students from Oregon or Washington. Not from Washington or Oregon, but from other states in the region.
In the Western Exchange?
In the Western Exchange.
So what's an honors WUI?
An honors WUI is a WUI that is just for honors to recruit students to the University of Idaho who are not from Oregon or Washington. They're from Colorado, Montana, Arizona, Hawaii, and other states. So that's very, very good if you don't live in Idaho. But if you live in Idaho, if you're a resident of Idaho, you get our Go Idaho scholarship from the University of Idaho. And then I have other scholarship funds available that are not the honors WUIs. So I have presidential fellowships as well as honors fellowships. And those are either $1,500 a year or $1,000 a year, again, stackable and renewable. And so let's say you're a resident of Idaho and you get, depending on your GPA, you get maybe the Platinum Award or the Silver Award from the University of Idaho. And then you get a presidential fellowship from us. Then you can stack that on top of each other for 4 years. So I think that's very good. And these all students who are applying to the University of Idaho Honors Program are considered for those merit-based presidential or honors fellowship awards. National merit students get a complete free ride at the University of Idaho. We're one of the few institutions who do that. That means not just tuition and fee, but also room and board and everything else, books and so forth for 4 years. So that's very good. And then the University of Idaho Honors Program gives $10,000 in research grants for students in our program each year through the Office of Unaccredited Research. So there is really a lot of pockets of money available for students, and the best way to go about this, to find out, is to give me a call or to email our program, and we'll crunch some numbers.
Very good. So I think that all of these folks said it, but just to reiterate, you're in a position where there are people who can help you find and apply for outside scholarships as well. That those continue to exist after freshman year, and if you have mentors and you have advisors who can help you and recommend you, that there's probably sources of outside money that are more readily available when you participate in a program like this. So let's give everybody a round of applause here. This is great. Maybe eventually when they're way back there, and I hope you'll ask them more questions and eat more food. If you haven't, I have just a couple housekeeping things. If you haven't signed in, could you please do that? I like to keep track of who comes to things, and if you're on our email list, that's great. If you're not, you really should be, because we have some great stuff going on. For instance, tomorrow night there's a presentation at Moscow Middle School that the representative from Ideal, Idaho College Savings, is going to be there. He's giving actually a $100, so giving a gift card to people to start it's back there. If they're going to start savings plans. That's probably not for you, but if you know anybody with younger kids who should start saving money already, you might want to suggest that they go to Moscow Middle School tomorrow night. If you know anybody with freshmen, there is a program on October 11th, also at the middle school, on a path to college, which is just to help families just starting on high school get a sort of a big picture about what the next 4 years look like in terms of college planning. It's not stress, it's not designed to stress anyone And then we probably will do an interview workshop this month and probably do another essay workshop this month and possibly another application boot camp, we'll see. But you gotta get on the mailing list to find that stuff out. So thank you all very much for coming and please stick around and ask questions.